Men church will be an amisa mo bibi akwa babiem and from Brian Kasa TV. So subscribe to my channel, like it. Never again to comment section or kama. A year A+ and Dominic Ayine artist and one sense baby na just say abeto abonten recently I just say enye asem keto na. A year Paul Adomochi edinchi muni na aba abeto abonten me good evening any show no so just watch it and send muni na a year the oye between a year Ayine ɛne ɛyɛ Bible nsɛnsɛm no nyinaa ɛyɛ Paul Adomochi ɛde nkyɛn mu no nyinaa aba abɛto abɔnten ɔkyekyɛ ne mu details by details a mɛpɛ sɛ ɔbɛka mo yɛn nyinaa akɔ akɔtie nsɛm no nkyɛn mu. Subscribe to my channel, like it, na fa adwenkyɛ gu comment section hɔ kamakama.
You are not the only one. A plus is suggesting to whoever who is reading it, who is going to think about calling him to privileges committee and all that, and who is that person who has also collected money from Sledge, that all of you are taking money from Sledge. I know. So this post that I'm making about Dominic Ayine, don't try and come and tell me you are taking me to privileges committee. If you do, I'll mention all of your name. That is A plus's modus operandi. Threats of I'll mention. Sledge and A plus are buddies, tight. A plus gets to know the activities, the business activities, or should I say the commercial activities of Dr. Sledge, and A plus gets to know which politicians Dr. Sledge has dealt with. So if you're a politician and you're going to deal with Dr. Sledge at East Legon, the assumption is that he's told A plus. A plus knows. So if I'm a politician and I go to Dr. Sledge, somebody says, oh, Charlie campaign, can Dr. Sledge has money, can help you. Once Dr. Sledge engages with me, he says, Kwame, now only honorable be or say or your MP or your friend Paul, I don't want you him. Say me name the pie, say blah 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 oh, but bonitio, the man or call and say, unim the day no. That's a kind of conversation sometimes they have. So Dr. Sledge here doesn't want to be seen in public. He doesn't want his name. He doesn't want to be heard. He doesn't want anything. He doesn't want anything public. But he may have quite a bit of questions to answer because we've stumbled on a few things. Apparently, there's a petition that went to the office of the Ministry of Justice against him. But the most important thing is that we are finding out questions about Dr. Sledge's relationship with the Mineral Investment Fund, MIF, the state agency, MIF. The difficulty with the conversation is that it appears that MIF is holding Dr. Sledge for a certain huge amount of money. The Mineral Investment Fund is concerned that Dr. Sledge may have occasioned some significant loss to the fund. We know the figure, we'll say it later, but it's big. It's more than 20 million, it's more than 30 million United States dollars, it's more than 40 million. We won't tell you the figure yet, but it's more than 40 million. This is the amount of money that MIF is suspecting and alleging and thinking that Dr. Sledge needs to pay back to them. At some point, MIF situation will become a prosecution matter because this is a state agency. At some point, they may have already done it or they are about to make a report on Dr. Sledge. So Dr. Sledge funds politicians. And I'm sure that being a Ghanaian businessman who is successful, he targets politicians who are of consequence. And so he knows that if this party wins, this one will be Minister for Interior. If this party wins, this one will be Attorney General. If that party wins, this one will be Finance Minister. So that's how he operates, like many businessmen in New York. So he takes his money and then he tries to balance it out that way so that either his business is protected or something like that. Anyway, he's a Ghanaian businessman. So the confusion here is that if the Sledge is having difficulties with MIF, is it not the Attorney General who would be the one to protect the Republic? Hold it there. I'll come to plenty of things. There's a few things I'm saying. If Sledge is having difficulty with MIF in money that is taxpayers' money that may have ended up with him that he needs to restore so that the taxpayer is restored back to even keel, the critical person to do that will be the Attorney General. When the MIF have problems with Dr. Sledge, 2024 and earlier, but 2024, not now. So Dominic Ayine is bringing up Dr. Sledge's name for a reason. And I'll tell you as we build up. Get me back A plus and Sledge and Dominic Ayine. Now, Dominic Ayine is under pressure by Kwame A plus. And we're going to talk about A plus and his misconduct tonight. But Dominic Ayine is under severe pressure by Kwame A plus. It doesn't happen that a member of parliament says that the attorney general is a thief and goes on to say things like he's stupid, he's a fool. I mean, that is the lowest. I have had friends, and I'm sure many journalists too. I've had friends who call me from Nigeria, my Nigerian friend, journalists, South Africa and England, say, hey, what is happening in your country? Someone on a Nigerian said, who is the +1 man who is saying that? I said, what is +1? He said, you're +1, they're your guy. Kwame +1. I said, it's A+. He said, yeah, whatever it is. Why is he saying the attorney general is a, who is the attorney general? And why is he, what's happening? I said, don't worry. I said, no, is it true though? I had to painfully say, yeah, it's true. Because he saw it on social media, these days people don't believe it. He said, is it true? I said, it is true. He said +1. You know, when you see A+, you can think of it as different things. So, Dominic Ayine is under pressure. Then the Attorney General, who is obviously under pressure, goes to a press conference to talk about some prosecution. The question comes up about A+. And he says, I know why A+ is doing what he's doing. He's doing that because I took money from Dr. Sledge at East Legon. I mean, it doesn't sit well. He says, I took campaign donation, but it is money. Said it's campaign donation from a certain Dr. Sledge at East Legon. He doesn't say who Sledge is. The Attorney General doesn't go on to say, Sledge is that person. He doesn't say anything. He just leaves the name there. He exposes Sledge to the public. Do you know why? He's doing that to put pressure on Kwame A+. Because Sledge is a benefactor to Kwame A+. Sledge most likely funded heavily Kwame A+'s campaign. Sledge and A+ are very close. But Sledge doesn't want his name in the public. So if Dominic Ayine puts Sledge's name in the public as a result of A+'s rantings, Sledge is going to put the lid on A+. This is the story. Dominic Ayine is hoping that by dropping the name Dr. Sledge in the public domain at a big platform like the press conference of the Attorney General, Sledge will feel the pressure and the heat. And Sledge will know that my name has become public as a result of A+, Onya Botre, Kwame Nya Botre, and Waya Nyako Bomidi, Mempesa Dieno. So that Sledge will now put a lid on Kwame A+. Because Sledge doesn't want to be seen. And Dominic Ayine knows that he may have Sledge by the carrot and the stick. Because Sledge has myth issues. Is it coming? Okay. So that is the source of A+'s anger after now put back A+'s post. Let me explain to you. Put back A+'s post. Okay. You put the A+'s post here and let's watch the Dominic Ayine on Sledge again. And then I'll come back. Let's watch Dominic Ayine on Sledge. Let me see that video.
I am reliably informed that his basis of saying that I am corrupt and a thief is that I took campaign contribution from a businessman at East Legon known as Dr. Sledge, and that he also knows the people who donated pickups for my campaign. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if receiving donations for your campaign or getting a pickup for a campaign is thievery or corruption, then there are 276 thieves in Parliament, including the person who was making the allegation himself.
So this is what Dominic said, that, ladies and gentlemen, the cat is out of the bag. A+ is saying that because I took campaign contribution in the form of money from a certain Dr. Sledge. Look at A+'s post. Look at the first word of the post. Look at it. He says, no. That no means a lot. Don't mention Dr. Sledge. Dominic, what